Hey guys, this is Coach Kane back at you with another video again. Today I'm gonna teach you how to rent for the season end chest, so you will receive more chest by the time the season ends. So for me, the ideal time to rent for the season end chest is 2 days before the season end, not the day before, not hours before. Because if you rent the day before, an hours before season end, you will notice that the market will be too expensive and the amount of cars will be scarce. It will be too hard to find an ideal cheap rentals. So you will have to look at this timer and you would want that the date will be at 01 and the hours would be below 24 hours. So that's the ideal time for you to rent for the season and chest. So uh, what I do is I rent for the Silver 1 League. I mean Silver 3 League. And it only requires 15k power and I will receive 12 loot chests. Uh, this is ideal for me because I have 3 accounts. Uh, if I rent all 3 accounts to Silver 3, I will receive 36 chests by the time the season ends. That's pretty okay for me because my only investment here was very low. So I do not spend too much TEC in renting. So for me, uh, staying at Silver 3 is okay, and receiving 12 loot chests is okay because in my experience playing this game, it's not really guaranteed that you will receive better cards or rewards when your league is higher. There is still a luck factor. You will have you will need luck to receive good rewards. So even though you are at silver, if you're so lucky, you can still receive good rewards. The leagues just increases your amount of loot chests you will receive, so there will be more odds on receiving rare better rewards, but it's still not guaranteed. And getting it to higher leagues is too expensive, especially if you're just a rental player, you do not buy cards. So for me, it's not really ideal to rent for higher leagues. So it's pretty okay to stay at Silver 3 by the time the season ends. Toad Chess is okay. But it's up to you still. Uh, but it's my recommendation. I just want to say that if you want to be at the higher leagues, you will spend a lot more than staying at Silver 3, and you will probably receive the same thing as the higher league. Okay, so let's go to the market now. Card rentals. And you would want to rent gold foils. Uh, for me, I find a card which is reward untamed or dice and has cracks on their cards because one card of this gives 500 power, but if you rent let's sort for example, let's sort it out to BCX down, and if you rent a card, this card, an untamed gold foil uh, card that has cracks on it and is 38 PCX, as you can see, you will receive 19k power. So for 95 DEC, double that, because you will need to rent it for 2 days. You will receive 19k power. For me, that is cheaper. So it's still up to you. So we can look at uh, a rare card that is still cards with a crack on it and sorted to B6 down. As you can see, this one is expensive. Let's find another one. Sort it out. It's expensive. So still, it's up to you. If you can find better cards, but still uh, cheap, at least below 100 DEC, and you can rent it for 2 days, that's pretty good for me. Like this one, I can rent this for 2 days with 78 DEC, uh, which gives me 22,000 power. So it's still at silver 3. Uh, so for example, I rent this for 2 days. 2 days. Okay, 2 days. And my total expenses will be 156 DC. That's for me. That's pretty cheap. Uh, Also, it's pretty convenient now that the devs added a power column here. It was not here before, so it will be easier now to find cards uh, that will have the power you need. So as you can see here, I will not uh, I will not bother to compute how much power I will receive when I rent 11 BCX rare gold foil reward. That's what I'm doing before. So this is pretty convenient that they added it now. So it's easier for renters to know how much power certain cards gives. So let's find another card in common again, which is Untamed and Gold Foil, which has cracks on it. Uh, when you rent a common card, you would want it to be at 38 PCX to have above 15k power. As you can see, there's none on that. Let's look at this one. It has one with 80 per day. Uh, so you can snipe. It's not easy to snipe, but if you can find cheaper ones, it's pretty good. Here, 78. Let's try this one. Uh, Nothing. So this is how to snipe a card so that you would have 15k power. This one's too expensive. Even now, it's kind of hard to find cheaper cards. This one is reward, but it will give you um at, it will give you 750 power each card. So this one for 99 DEC per day, it will give you at least 30 power. This is pretty cheap if you think about it. So yes, guys. Uh, for now, I will not rent because I still have at least 9 hours to wait before the ideal time to rent for the season end. But uh, as I said earlier, you would want it to be at 01 and the hours will be below 24 hours. That's the ideal time. Uh, and you will have to rent it for 2 days. Um, you have to snipe for cheaper cards and so that it will not be too expensive to rent for 2 days. The only con of this strategy is if the owner of the card cancels the rentals. I don't know if it's still like that, if the devs updated it, but this is a risk. But for me, it's a risk I'm willing to take uh, because it's better than uh, g- renting at the day before, and you can. It's so hard to find rentals that you want, cheap rentals that you want. It's frustrating. Uh, so for me, this risk is still ideal. And um, for how long I've been playing this, I have yet to experience that my rentals got um, canceled by the owner. But some people experience that. Uh, I don't know if the devs updated that yet, but if they did, no worries. You will not have to worry about that. And if they don't, just pray that by the time the season ends, just hope that your rentals is not canceled by the uh, owner of the card. So that's it, guys. Thank you. I hope you learned something here. Um, it's not easy, very easy to explain what strategy I do, but I hope I explained it well, uh, and you understand it well. So thank you very much. See you in the next video.